Oh, hello there, landlubbers. I be Pirate Captain Foxy. That be my name. Anyhow, I'm greeting you all from in front of Loki's altar. And we can't back up because this is just a still. And I don't think the altar is there anyhow. And besides, it's almost midnight. And we ain't going to go walking out there now, are we? Anyhow, Mother's been running around the house doing voices for an hour, so we thought we'd do this and get it out of her system. So let me tell you all about Loki's altar. Your accent's starting to travel. You're the one doing my voice, lass. Anyhow, I shouldn't laugh at my own jokes. I'm so terribly sorry. Anyhow, we're always like, oh yes, Loki's altar. It's out in a beautiful park, and it has a pavilion over it. Do you, lads and lasses, know what a pavilion is? This is a channel for adults. I'm pretty sure they know what a pavilion is. I'm just checking, lass. You never know. Maybe they never saw one. Maybe they never saw a like. What if they never saw a fireplace? I'm sitting in front of a fireplace, I am. Wow, come to think of it, this really is about voice. Anyhow, I am sitting in front of the fireplace. This was Loki's altar. We used to come out here all the time, the lass and I, because I would travel everywhere she went in her backpack, I would. And we would come out here, and we would leave offerings. You have anything to add, lassie? Yeah, one, I'm terribly sorry. I forgot how bad his voice was. I'm starting to see why no one would, listen to it when I did the voice acting for any of the characters. But yeah, as Pirate Captain Foxy was telling you, I just got this thing tonight. I don't know what it was, and maybe because I watched Tim Curry video, but I was doing voices for like an hour straight. All the voices, like Pirate Captain Foxy and Chica, Mom. Don't forget about Chica. And you were doing Toy Bonnie as well. And as you can see, they're like all really close, so I can see why the voice acting failed. Anyhow, I thought it was fabulous on the other channel. But I'm running around. Well, not running around. I'm taking a bath and I'm doing all these voices. And I started to do like a couple skits for the other channel. And I realized there was no reason to be practicing these skits because there was no other channel, you know. And I'm asking Loki because after a certain point I couldn't stop. I just kept doing these voices, and he's like, well, you probably were watching Tim Curry and you remembered when you were doing voice acting and whatever. So I'm doing all these voices, and as I used to do the voices and practice them, we used to have conversations back and forth. And when I would be out in the park with Pirate Captain Foxy, we would have these conversations back and forth, which, now that I think of it, that's why people watched us. It's just dawned on me now. But like, let's say I'm there in your imagination. I am there. I'm filming live. Okay, lots and lots. Why are the people watching us? Why are they doing this? And just imagine a woman sitting there with a camera doing this fox voice. I can see why people used to look at me in the park. And she would be doing my voice, and we would be trying to tell a story, and people would be coming and watching. I don't know why. It was like they thought she was Barbie or something. And yeah, and I just, like, I finally figured that out. And, I did the voice acting for the other channel too. Not that it was any good, or you'd even call it voice acting, because it was just fun, and like, that's all people wanted to see. Once they saw I had the plushies, they were like, you have to do this, you have to put on these shows. And I never had the voice acting talent, for one. And I never had the, ideas for shows. There were people that do it, that they can make these big involved shows that like run like soap operas, and I could just never come up with anything. So it was just a weird thing to go through, that I kept doing the voices and I was doing these full skits, and I realized it would be kind of emotionally painful to put the videos up and to have no views. That really always used to bother me. I knew it wasn't the greatest voice actor in the world, but at least I tried. I mean, we had like Cooking with Chica and Foxy and everything else on the other channel, and I thought I was, for an amateur that didn't know what they were doing, I thought I was doing quite well, but obviously I wasn't. But this is not a video to beat up on myself for a lack of talent. It's just to kind of reminisce, and it's okay to reminisce as long as you don't live in the past. And that was the whole story Pirate Captain Foxy was going to tell you. And then I'm like, oh my god, his voice is so bad and grating on the ears. I think you want to hear it as little as possible. But yeah, you notice he looks kind of like something Loki would like. I think he was kind of foreshadowing Loki being such a bigger part of my life because, I started to attach Foxy to him, and that's weird. Once I started to attach Foxy to Loki, that's when I started doing all the voice acting on that channel. I couldn't stop. I think Loki likes to do malpossession at times because it was weird that I was doing all those voices as I hadn't even thought of doing the voice acting for like a year or so, and I thought, well, I'm just no good at it. And then I'm sitting in the bathtub going, well, gee, Mom, if you had my cooking channel back on, I bet that channel would be popular again. And I'm like, oh my god, that is like the worst voice acting in the world. No wonder nobody would watch those videos. And then little Foxy would come in like this, and you notice who Foxy sounds like? He sounds exactly like Loki, huh? So Loki, finally get to her story, Loki was in that channel all the time. I just didn't know it. He would be there all the time helping me unwrap packages and do unboxings and do all this other stuff. And it was actually Loki, but it was Foxy. So we would call him Foxy on the channel because I didn't know it was Loki this whole time. Oh my god. Loki's back here so proud right now. He's like, you finally connected the dots. But yeah, that's the long, really badly voice acted story of how Loki was always there even with that channel. And even though that channel was never a success, at least I had fun and I get to play community theater in my kitchen. So if you guys like what you see and you still have any eardrums left, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Bye bye.